Hi everyone. First of all, thank you for being here and for giving us an opportunity to speak to a live audience about our research. My name is Antoinette, I'm from the Netherlands. I've been working in Thailand on human-elephant conflict. It's a very complex topic and a very popular. As we can see, there are many talks about this issue already. And that's mainly because there's so many values that people place on elephants and so many values that elephants have, for example, for their natural habitat. So I start with the first question. Do you know that elephants can plant trees?
No.
Did anyone think about it yet? If we show you this, any idea how elephants can plant trees? Anyone from the previous presentations?
Through their poo.
Yay! Yeah, in nature there are many connections and there are many tree species that actually depend on elephants to distribute their seeds. So for example, when there's a tree that is not very happy about the place where it's living, it's growing nice fruit, it hopes to attract the elephants so that the elephant would eat the fruit and then the seed will actually hitchhike to another area. And maybe up to 50 kilometers further, the seed will be dropped in a perfect soil with fertilizer, and voila, a new tree has been planted. So trees are actually contributing to a healthy ecosystem or habitat where the elephants live, and many other species depend on the elephants for their survival. That's why we call them keystone species. That means that if we would lose the elephants, we cannot really oversee the consequences, what it means for example, a park like Kruger. But in contrast of that, elephants also cause a lot of damage. So we heard already the damage that elephants cause to trees, but they also cause damage to farmers, to property, and they can cause injuries and even death. So that's a very complex issue. We want elephants, but we need to manage them, and actually all around the world, because human population is so high, the elephants need to survive in a very human-dominated landscape. So it's a challenge for us, but imagine the challenge for the elephants. So who of you saw elephants in Kruger already? Or what is like the, oh well. What is the first word that comes to your mind when you think about elephants?
Wow.
Wow, big.
Big.
Massive, big.
Destructive.
Great? Destructive. Yeah, so if you can see, like in our audience here, as tourists or scientists in Kruger National Park, there's already very different views on the elephants. But imagine if you are a farmer, local farmer, and your whole family depends on the crops that you're growing, and in one night a whole herd of elephants comes and it just destroys your property. So that's a big problem. So in Thailand, I was working with farmers that are dealing with severe human-elephant conflict. There was actually a group of 100 elephants living completely outside of the protected area. No fences in Thailand, like we're used to here. And there was a conflict between the park and the people. So of course these people would get very frustrated, they were losing a lot of money, they were trying to implement solutions, but they failed because there was no support, it was costing a lot of time. Elephants were injuring people, people died, they were poisoning elephants, elephants got electrocuted, so the problem was escalating. So through community-based conservation, meaning that you bring local communities together, you ask how they view the problem and they actually work together to find solutions. Very small scale project, but what happened was that people started to discuss among each other, what is the impact of the elephants exactly, what did we try, what worked, what didn't, and how can we all collaborate to create a more sustainable future and to live in harmony with the elephants. So what we found there, even if it was so small scale, like with some small support, like for example, they thought it was really important to restore the habitat of the elephants. So they started a tree nursery, people started to collect a native tree species, they worked on forest restoration, so the elephants have enough food inside the forest. We started beehive fences, they can use bees to protect their plantations because elephants are afraid of bees. But beside that, There was less crop raiding, but at the same time community gets benefits. So instead of that they only feel the damage that elephants were causing, they were actually making an income. So that really changed the attitude. And what I found really interesting there is that the values that people saw on the elephants there was not just financial. People were really proud to be involved in elephant conservation. They were very proud to take care of their own problems. They were hosting volunteers, there was a homestay. They were telling their history about living with elephants. And that whole pride that they could like flourish and spread with the rest of the world and the rest of Thailand, that actually made them more tolerant. So even though the problem didn't solve, tolerance really helped these people to live with elephants. So I've been thinking about it a lot, and even though I was focusing more on the role of elephants in nature, but now my focus for my research in South Africa now is like, what does elephant mean for the society? How can we make sure that everybody have fair access to land with elephants, have access to benefits, how we can all collaborate to make sure that elephants and people can live in harmony. So, thank you very much.